Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it looks like the Warner Media Discovery deal has been approved.
Yeah, at this point, I believe it's gotten approval from the government offices, and now the shareholders have agreed.
So it's definitely going to happen, but what's really interesting about this is that the cuts are going to come almost immediately. This could explain why DC Comics is getting downgraded, why we're seeing movies be shuffled around, and all of this other stuff. It is an attempt to save money, and we're going to reiterate, David Zaslav is not Hollywood's friend.
No.
He is a penny pincher. He's going to make Bob Chapek look like a freewheeling free spender.
That's saying something.
This guy is definitely more Scrooge McDuck than Bob Chapek, so it's going to be really interesting to see what kind of shape Warner is in after Zaslav takes the knife to everything. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 260,000 subs.
Yay.
Thank you so much for the support. We've been kind of chronicling the, I wouldn't say the decline, but the upheaval at Warner Media for several years now. We saw what happened with Rooster Teeth and with Cartoon Network and with Crunchyroll getting sold off. And I think that things are going to go from bad to worse with David Zaslav in charge. And Warner is just going to be a brand under the Discovery umbrella.
Right. We also had the person coming in to redo CNN.
Yes. Make it profitable. To
Make it
focus
stick on news. Yeah, stick to news.
So things are definitely going to change. And again, I think this does explain somewhat what's going on at DC Comics, why they're in such a hurry to get them out of the Burbank building into the shared workspace.
Yeah, they said that for a while till the building's open in June, they have to take their stuff home.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. That means you've got one foot out the door. I think. Anyway, this news broke this morning. Discovery shareholders approve $43 billion Warner Media merger. Discovery investors voted in approval of the company's merger, the acquisition of Warner Media from AT&T to create Warner Brothers Discovery. The deal, a spinoff of Warner Media from AT&T, is expected to be completed in early Q2, with insiders telling Variety the estimated date is between April 11th through the 28th. The merger has received approval from the U.S. Department of Justice and the boards of directors. So it's a done deal, guys. It's a done deal. This is what they own, just so you know, because some people don't realize what all Warner owns, and this is what's going to be affected. HBO, HBO Max, CNN, Warner Brothers, DC Films, New Line Cinema, TBS, TNT, True TV, Cartoon Network and Adult Swim, Turner Sports, and Rooster Teeth. That last one, I can almost guarantee you, is going to get gone or chopped or something, especially with all the controversy around them. And
they're also the part owner of CW Network along with Paramount,
which they're going to be selling CW. CW is going up for sale, and that would probably be a Zaslav thing. Like, why do we have this?
What? Yeah, it's CW.
It's CW. Who gives a shit? You know, Discovery is the parent company of Discovery Plus, Discovery Channel, HGTV, Food Network, TLC. Investigation Discovery, Spam and Discovery.
A lot of these channels that mostly just run like alien shows and
Travel Channel, which
and what happened? Paranormal stuff.
What happened to Travel Channel? Travel Channel used to be about travel, about vacations. Now Travel Channel's all ghost and alien shows.
Hey, I'm not knocking it. I like a lot of shows. I think I watch Discovery and Travel and sometimes History more than anything else at this point in time.
All right, so here's where it's going to get really interesting, guys. Here's where I think we're going to see some major cuts, and my money's on Rooster Teeth definitely getting cut. Unfortunately, I think Cartoon Network and Adult Swim are going to get trimmed down too. Discovery chief David Zaslav will serve as president and CEO of the newly merged company. Jason Kilar is expected to exit. Now, Jason Kilar was a comic book fan. And he was, I guess, sort of going to bat for DC Comics, and he's out the damn door.
Well, I don't think anybody could actually go to bat for comics and DC Comics at this point in time. No. With the way they've been performing and the shit that's been going down. The Batman movie's about the only thing they have like going on right now that's anything.
Yeah, well, one movie makes more money than the entire comic book industry.
And they already, when they have the second Aquaman movie, they already have an uphill battle there because a lot of people plan to boycott it because of Amber Heard.
Yeah, and they've moved the dates, I guess, on that too.
Yeah, just did, yeah.
So Zaslav's first major hire for Warner Brothers Discovery was Chris Licht as the new chief of CNN, and as we understand it, he was told to stick to sports, figuratively. He was told to stick to news. He was told that CNN has to go back to being just a straight-up news channel.
I mean, not opinion, news. And he put news in all caps, wasn't it news?
News in all caps, yep. Following the ousting of Jeff Zucker after a Warner Media investigation found he hadn't disclosed a consensual relationship with their marketing chief. Discovery ended 2021 with $4 billion in cash on its books. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so they talk about the numbers, whatever. But what's interesting is yesterday, leading up to this approval,
yes,
coming from Deadline, as Warner Media Discovery deal nears close, David Zaslav shapes up executive team with eye on $3 billion cost savings target.
Yeah, $3 billion.
$3 billion. So I guarantee you any and all dead weight is going to be cut from Warner. For
Sold
sure.
off, merged, whatever. Redundancies, redundant.
Yep.
I don't know what's the words that were cut. Redundancies, fixed. I like redundant better.
Snipped.
I'm just making up words here at Clownfish TV.
Yeah. Ahead of the deal's expected close next month, a who's in and who's out parlor game is gaining intensity as CEO David Zaslav finalizes the leadership team. Top managers who have been with the exec for years will be sticking around, working with a few battle-tested Warner execs. Kevin Mayer, the former Disney exec known for leading the launch of Disney Plus and a string of M&A deals, is helping to shape the new organizational chart. Yeah. Now
as a high-level consultant to Zaslav.
As a high-level consultant.
That's interesting.
Well, because he has his own company, his own media company now, and he's buying stuff up like Coco Melon. And...
But I would get in touch with Kevin Mayer because Kevin Mayer pretty much made Disney Plus. He got it off the ground and everything else, and then he left because everybody thought he'd be named the next CEO, and he wasn't. I would have left too. It was kind of like a load of shit, especially when they completely changed their business plan to focus on direct-to-streaming and direct-to-consumer. It was like a slap in the face. And then he went to his other companies and buying up everything, and he's been making some good choices. I'd consult with him too.
Yeah, I would. I actually wouldn't surprise me if he brought some of his content over to Warner's.
That's interesting. I also thought it was interesting. A few battle-tested Warner, a few battle-tested are going to stick around, but mostly it's his team and his consult.
Well, here's where it gets interesting. The structure will be leaner and less top-heavy than what Warner vets are accustomed to as they settle into a third corporate ownership group in 4 years. Zaz doesn't do layers, so you're not going to have middle.
I know, because you don't need it. I always thought that was ridiculous with Disney. I am the vice president to the vice president of this vice president, for whatever.
Discovery and AT&T have promised the merger will deliver at least a $3 billion cost savings. And as soon as the close happens, they will be under pressure to pay down debt.
Ooh, yeah, because they said they're going to have a lot of it when it merges.
While back office and administrative functions, as well as business areas like distribution, advertising, and marketing are likely to drive most of the savings.
Marketing's always first to go, which advertising and marketing you kind of need, but they always cut them first.
Rethinking and streamlining is a priority.
Oh, I don't disagree. I mean, I think it's ridiculous when they have there's so many people in there that are just doing the same job as somebody else. I always think that's hilarious. Way to waste money. Disney is notorious for it.
Yeah. Mayer himself has been buzzed about a top job. Multiple people familiar with the discussions indicate he's more likely to continue as an advisor. They talk about, him and Tom Staggs, both...
Right, Disney people.
Both Disney people.
Both were thought to be the next CEO. And when Staggs got kind of passed over some of the stuff that Chapek got, so he kind of bailed a few years ago.
Yeah.
And then Mayer bailed after Chapek got named CEO. But they were both were in consideration for the CEO position.
Zaslav had nice things to say about Kevin Mayer.
I'm sure they do. Well, because they're friends, obviously.
Yep. In addition to being a tighter formation, the new entity is likely to favor Zaslav's alma mater.
Obviously.
Yep, that was the pattern when Discovery acquired Scripps Network Interactive in 2018. So basically, they're a crew, the Discovery guys. They stick together.
Hey, well, you know what? I kind of respect that. If you have people that are work together and that are good, why would you need to replace them?
Yeah, but what's going to happen is they're going to move the Discovery people into Warner.
Right.
And they're
redundancies are going to
kick
be
out the Warner people.
What's what I made up again? Redundated or whatever.
Redundated. They're going to get redundated.
They're going to be removed.
Officially, the company has sworn off comment as the final pieces come together.
This is going to get interesting.
Yeah, AT&T's bruising experience with Time Warner, which was delayed by a federal antitrust lawsuit, is ratcheting up the level of caution. Exec moves will only be announced when the ink is dry.
Obviously.
But we can see movement already. We can see a lot of stuff, getting gone. Again, Crunchyroll was pawned off to Sony. Before this happened, I guarantee Rooster Teeth is done.
This is interesting also. A number of outside execs have been mentioned in connection to the potential top entertainment roles of the new company. Among them, Peter Rice from Disney. Mm-hmm. There's some other people too, but another Disney person. There are some
significant incumbents to consider, talking about HBO and people in charge of the Batman movie. Grace period of some duration is likely to be extended to Sarnoff, Emmerich, and Blois as the merger takes place. So Ann Sarnoff, chair and CEO of Warner Media Studios, is newer to the fold. We'll see how long she lasts. Zaslav, this is what I've heard. This is what I've heard from multiple people. Zaslav is known for being hands-on, meaning one scenario seen as unlikely is for anyone to come in a direct replacement for Warner Media CEO Jason Kilar since last May. It was understood that Kilar was not expected to continue. He's hands-on the fact that he is I have heard, a micromanager and a penny pincher. And he's
got $3 billion to cut, so he's going to have to be.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a little bit of money. That's a lot of money.
So they're going to try to let the current Warner team prove themselves.
Well, that's nice. They're giving them a chance.
Because they've got a bunch of movies coming out. But I guarantee you, there are going to be a hell of a lot of layoffs coming. Zaslav's close involvement with day-to-day operations will be a starkly different dynamic from that during the arm's length stewardship of AT&T. So AT&T was shutting stuff down, letting people go, right? And they were hands off for the most part. Zaslav is going to come in and he's going to look over your shoulder and he's going to be like, what are you doing?
Well, here's the thing that people say that might sound like a terrible thing, except another Zaslav hallmark is loyalty.
Yep.
He cultivated it by climbing the ladder at NBCU. So he's like, he's got loyal people. Why would you be loyal to somebody if he was, a tyrant? So this is going to get really, really interesting.
Yeah. I think there are going to be a lot of layoffs coming. I think this explains definitely what is going on with DC Comics. I think that he's already kind of looking.
I'm watching DC. DC is going to be something to watch.
I would not be surprised if they didn't outsource books at some point, because he's going to look at this and be like, one Batman movie makes as much as the entire comic book industry. So yeah, very, very interesting situation. We're going to watch this. It's going to be brutal. There are going to be a lot of videos, I'm sure, about people getting laid off or divisions getting shut down. Again, my money is still on Rooster Teeth before it's all said and done.
Yeah, I agree.
They don't need to exist. No. They can get folded in the Cartoon Network. And that's what we've heard was
Cartoon Network has the bigger name anyway.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.